In the sweltering heat of a Texas summer, twin brothers Eris and Jordan huddled under the awning of a rundown diner, their clothes ragged and faces etched with desperation. "Please take us as your workers, ma'am. We can do anything," Eris begged the widow standing before them, her eyes widening at the sight of the two young men, who looked so alike yet carried an invisible weight that screamed of rejection. Jordan nodded fiercely, his hand clutching his brother's arm, knowing this might be their last shot at survival after being cast out by their own family for who they loved. The widow, Eleanor Hayes, owned a sprawling ranch on the outskirts of Austin, where the land stretched endlessly under the vast blue sky. She had lost her husband to a sudden heart attack 2 years prior, leaving her to manage the cattle, the crops, and the endless chores alone. Her only son, Michael, had moved to the city for college, rarely visiting, which left Eleanor feeling the isolation deeply. That day at the diner, she had stopped for a quick coffee, not expecting to encounter the twins. Eris and Jordan, both 22, had been hitchhiking for weeks after their conservative parents in rural Oklahoma discovered their secret. They were gay, and worse in their family's eyes. They supported each other unconditionally in their identities. Eleanor's heart softened at their plea. She wasn't blind to the world's cruelties. She had seen enough prejudice in her small-town life. "I could use some help around the ranch," she said cautiously, eyeing their lean frames. "But it's hard work. No handouts." The twins exchanged a glance, relief flooding their eyes. They piled into her old pickup truck, the engine rumbling as they drove toward the Hayes Ranch. Along the way, Eris shared snippets of their story. How their father, a stern preacher, had thrown them out with nothing but the clothes on their backs. Jordan remained quieter, his emotions bottled up, but his gratitude shone through in small smiles. Arriving at the ranch, Eleanor showed them the bunkhouse, a modest structure separate from the main home. "You'll earn your keep," she reiterated. The twins dove in immediately, mending fences under the relentless sun. Their identical features, dark hair, sharp jawlines, and piercing blue eyes, making them a curious sight. As days turned into weeks, Eleanor noticed their bond went beyond brotherhood. It was a quiet, profound love that society often misunderstood. She didn't judge. Her own marriage had been one of quiet companionship, not passion, and she envied their closeness. But whispers started in town. The local grocery store buzzed with gossip when Eleanor shopped with the twins. "Those boys are too close," muttered Mrs. Jenkins, the town busybody. "And Eleanor's all alone out there. Who knows what goes on?" Eleanor brushed it off at first, focusing on the ranch's revival. The twins' hard work paid off. The cattle fattened, the garden bloomed. Yet internal conflicts brewed. Eris, the more outgoing one, began confiding in Eleanor about his dreams of a life where he could love openly. Jordan, however, harbored resentment toward their past, his anger simmering like the Texas heat. One evening, as they sat on the porch watching the sunset, Eris asked Eleanor about her life. What was it like, being married? She sighed, her voice soft. "Safe but lonely sometimes. Love isn't always fireworks." Jordan listened intently, his heart aching for something similar. Stability without fear. Little did they know, this budding trust would soon be tested by external forces eager to tear it apart. The twins' presence brought life back to the ranch, but it also stirred Eleanor's buried emotions. She found herself laughing at Eris's jokes, appreciating Jordan's quiet strength. In town, the prejudice escalated when the twins attended a local fair with her. A group of ranchers cornered them, sneering, "We don't need your kind here." Eleanor stepped in fiercely, defending them like her own sons. That night, back home, Eris broke down, admitting the toll of constant rejection. "Why can't people just let us be?" Jordan held him, their embrace a silent vow of protection. As the first month ended, a letter arrived from Michael, Eleanor's son. He was coming home for a visit, curious about the new help his mother mentioned in calls. The twins felt a mix of excitement and dread. Michael, studying law in Dallas, represented the modern world they craved. But would he accept them, or see them as a threat to his mother's solitude. Michael arrived in a sleek rental car, his city polish contrasting the ranch's dust. Tall and broad-shouldered, with his father's stern features softened by youth, he hugged Eleanor tightly. "Mom, the place looks great," he said, eyeing the twins who stood awkwardly nearby. Eris extended a hand first, his smile genuine. "I'm Eris, this is Jordan. We've been helping out." Michael shook hands, but his gaze lingered, sensing something unspoken. Over dinner that night, the conversation flowed easily at first. Talk of college, the ranch's improvements. But Michael probed deeper. "So, what brought you two here?" Jordan tensed, but Eris answered honestly, "Family issues. They didn't approve of us." Michael nodded, his legal mind kicking in. "Discrimination? That's rough. I'm studying civil rights law. Maybe I can help." Eleanor's eyes lit up. This was the connection she hoped for. Yet, as days passed, Michael noticed the twins' dynamic. Late one night, he overheard them talking intimately on the porch, their voices low and affectionate. It didn't shock him, he had gay friends in the city, but it made him protective of his mother. Tensions rose when town gossip reached Michael. At a local bar, old friends warned him, "Those twins are trouble. Folks say they're, you know." Michael confronted Eleanor. "Mom, are you sure about this? People are talking." She bristled. "Since when do we care about idle chatter? They're good boys, working hard." But the seed of doubt was planted. Michael decided to dig deeper, using his laptop to search the twins' backgrounds. He found nothing criminal, but old social media posts from their hometown revealed the scandal. Their outing, the family's disownment. Meanwhile, Eris and Jordan faced their own conflicts. Eris felt drawn to the openness Michael represented, sharing stories of past heartbreaks. Jordan, however, grew jealous, misinterpreting Eris's enthusiasm as attraction. "You're getting too close to him," Jordan whispered one night in the bunkhouse. Eris sighed. "He's just a friend, Jord. We need allies." Their argument escalated, voices raised for the first time since arriving. Eleanor overheard, her heart aching for their pain. The drama intensified at a community barbecue. Eleanor insisted they all attend to show unity. There, the twins faced outright hostility. A burly rancher, fueled by beer, shouted slurs. "Go back where you came from." Michael stepped forward, his voice steady. "That's enough. They're family now." The word family hung in the air, surprising even him. But the incident sparked a heated debate back home. Eleanor defended her choice. "Society's judgments don't define worth." Michael agreed tentatively, but Jordan exploded. "Easy for you to say, you're straight," accepted. The room fell silent, emotions raw. As Michael prepared to leave, he pulled the twins aside. "If you need legal help, call me. Discrimination like this, it's changeable." Eris thanked him warmly, while Jordan nodded curtly. Eleanor's farewell hug to her son carried unspoken worries. With Michael gone, the ranch felt quieter, but the bonds strengthened. Yet, a new conflict loomed. Word spread that the twins' parents were searching for them, fueled by regret or control. Eleanor received a call from an unknown number. "Mrs. Hayes? This is Reverend Thompson, Eris and Jordan's father. I need to speak with my sons." Her stomach dropped. She hadn't told the twins, but now she had to choose. Protect them or force a confrontation. Eleanor debated all night, the phone call echoing in her mind. The Reverend's voice had been firm, laced with authority, demanding she facilitate a reunion. But she remembered the twins' stories of emotional abuse, the sermons condemning their sin. In the morning, she sat them down at the kitchen table. "Your father called. He wants to talk." Eris paled, Jordan's face hardened. "No," Jordan said flatly. "We're done with that life." Eris, ever the optimist, wavered. Maybe he's changed? The decision tore at them, highlighting their differing coping mechanisms. Eris's hope versus Jordan's guarded heart. Eleanor supported whatever they chose, but the call ignited internal strife. Eris secretly contacted their father, arranging a meeting in town. Jordan felt betrayed when he found out. "You're risking everything we've built." Their fight was fierce, emotions spilling over. Eris cried, "I need closure, Jord. For us." Jordan stormed out, wandering the fields, his mind racing with fears of losing his brother to familial pressure. The meeting happened at a neutral cafe. The Reverend arrived, Bible in hand, his wife trailing behind. "Boys, we've prayed for you," he began. Eris listened, but Jordan's absence spoke volumes. The conversation turned accusatory. "Your lifestyle is destroying our family." Eris defended himself, voice steady. "Love isn't a choice, Dad. And Jordan and we support each other." The Reverend offered money to come home and get help. But Eris refused, walking away with mixed feelings, relief and sorrow. Back at the ranch, Jordan waited anxiously. Eris's recounting led to reconciliation, their embrace reaffirming their bond. But the encounter stirred broader conflicts. News of the meeting spread, amplifying town prejudice. Eleanor's neighbors boycotted her produce stand, whispering about harboring sinners. Business suffered, forcing tough choices. "We could leave," Eris suggested guiltily. Eleanor refused. "This is your home now." To combat the isolation, Eleanor encouraged community involvement. The twins volunteered at a local LGBTQ support group in Austin, driving the hour each way. There, they met others like them, sharing stories that healed old wounds. Eris flourished, advocating for rights. Jordan opened up slowly, finding solace in group discussions. But this drew more ire from conservatives in town, who picketed the ranch one weekend, signs reading, "Protect traditional values." Eleanor faced them head-on. "These boys are family. Your hate won't change that." The standoff made local news, polarizing opinions. Supporters emerged, younger folks from the city, even some ranchers with hidden secrets. Michael called, offering legal advice. "File for harassment if it escalates." The publicity brought unexpected allies, but also threats. One night, the bunkhouse window shattered from a thrown rock, a note attached, "Leave or else." Fear gripped them, but it forged unbreakable loyalty. Eleanor, Eris, and Jordan huddled together, planning their stand. As tensions peaked, Jordan confessed his deepest fear to Eris. "What if we lose this place because of us?" Eris replied, "Then we'll fight for a world where we don't have to." The rock incident prompted action. Eleanor reported it to the sheriff, an old friend of her late husband. "We'll investigate," he promised, but his tone suggested reluctance. Small-town politics favored the status quo. The twins felt exposed, their safety precarious. Eris pushed for visibility. "Hiding won't change minds." Jordan agreed hesitantly, and they organized a town hall meeting with the LGBTQ group, inviting open dialogue. The event was chaotic. Supporters and opponents clashed verbally. The Reverend attended uninvited, preaching tolerance but implying repentance. Eleanor spoke passionately. "These young men have brought joy to my life. Judge them by their actions, not who they love." Michael surprised everyone by showing up, his legal expertise dismantling arguments against equality. "Laws are evolving. Discrimination is outdated." The meeting didn't resolve everything, but it planted seeds of doubt in some minds. Backlash followed. Eleanor's ranch faced anonymous sabotage, fences cut, cattle spooked. Financial strain mounted. She considered selling land. The twins offered to leave again, but Eleanor insisted, "We're in this together." Their resilience deepened relationships. Eris and Jordan's bond evolved, with Jordan admitting his love for Eris wasn't just fraternal. It was a platonic soulmate connection society struggled to label. A turning point came when Michael's ex-girlfriend, now a journalist, wrote an article about the ranch. Titled "A Widow's Stand for Love," it went viral, drawing national attention. Donations poured in from allies easing money woes. But it also attracted the twins' extended family, who publicly disavowed them online, calling Eleanor's influence corrupting. Emotionally drained, Jordan confronted Eris one starry night. "Is this worth it? The constant fight." Eris held his hand. "For a chance at real acceptance, yes." Their vulnerability touched Eleanor, who shared her own secret. Her marriage had been loveless, arranged by family pressure. I chose security over heart. Don't make my mistake. As high summer faded, a festival in Austin offered escape. The twins attended a pride event with Eleanor and Michael, who had grown closer to them. Amid rainbow flags, they felt belonging. But upon returning, they found the ranch vandalized. Graffiti slurs on the barn. Devastated, Eleanor wept, questioning her choices. The twins comforted her, vowing to rebuild. Michael stayed longer this time, helping with repairs and researching protective laws. His presence sparked subtle jealousy in Jordan, who misinterpreted Eris's admiration. A heated discussion ensued. "He's straight, Jord. It's not like that," Jordan confessed. "I'm scared of losing you to someone who fits society's mold." Their reconciliation was tender, reinforcing their unbreakable tie. With the ranch stabilized, bigger questions loomed. Could they build lives here, or would prejudice force them out? As autumn winds swept the ranch, healing began. The vandalism investigation led to arrests. Local teens influenced by hateful rhetoric. The community, shamed by national scrutiny, quieted. Eleanor's business rebounded with supportive customers from afar. The twins thrived, Eris pursuing online advocacy, Jordan focusing on ranch innovations like sustainable farming. Yet, personal growth brought new conflicts. Michael proposed a permanent move back, citing his mother's needs. "I could help run things." Eleanor beamed, but the twins worried about dynamics shifting. Eris welcomed it. Jordan feared dilution of their sanctuary. Over family dinners, now a ritual, tensions surfaced. Michael, sensing Jordan's reserve, addressed it privately. "I'm not here to replace you. I admire what you have." Jordan opened up about his insecurities, forging an unlikely friendship. A final clash came when the Reverend requested another meeting, this time at the ranch. Eleanor hosted reluctantly, hoping for closure. The family arrived, emotions high. Accusations flew. "You've brainwashed them." Eris stood firm. "No, you've just never understood us." Jordan added, "Love isn't sin, hate is." The Reverend left unmoved, but their mother lingered, tears in her eyes. "I miss my boys." It was a small crack, but meaningful. With the family gone, peace settled. Eleanor reflected on her choices, proud of the family she'd built. The twins, empowered, discussed future dreams, perhaps adopting one day, challenging norms. Michael supported, his perspective broadened. As winter approached, the ranch glowed with holiday lights, symbolizing hope. Eleanor watched the twins laugh with Michael, her heart full. They had navigated prejudice, betrayal, and self-doubt, emerging stronger. But was society's slow acceptance truly progress, or just tolerance masking deeper biases? Is it fair to demand conformity from those who love differently?